One lady woke up to you laying naked with her in the side of the bed. The indecent behavior charge, you drove your van and followed a girl around with a short skirt and followed her. What do you have to say about those two things? That's kind of scary as far as, being out there with that kind of charge and those kind of charges.
I was under the influence of alcohol, and I wasn't thinking straight, and I wasn't being responsible for what I was doing.
And we are about to watch the parole hearing for a man who seems to have everything in his jacket. He was sentenced to 34 years in prison for the worst kinds of crimes. But what's equally as shocking or disturbing are the write-ups, crimes that he committed while in prison. The kind of crimes that, well, you don't want to have in your jacket. Before we watch this 2025 parole hearing, we will take a blast to the past, to his 2020 hearing. And yeah, they're going to talk about some of those write-ups. With that, let's jump in.
Neil Lewis, DOC number 106647, fourth class offender. Simple burglary, indecent behavior with a juvenile, habitual offender, authorized entry of inhabited dwelling, since 6/15/84, revoked on 2/9/1990, 6/2/1997. Sentenced on 2/9/1990, revoked on 6/2/1997. Since 10/24/97, 6/2/97. Since 6 years, 7 years, 30 years, 4 years, hard labor. Parole date 9/9/2016. Good time date 5/27/2027. Full term date 7/23/2029. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you please answer, Ms. Perwise?
Good morning, sir. How's it going?
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. How you?
I'm okay.
How many of these hearings you been to?
This is my first one.
Hang on a second. Hey, we can hear you guys. Somebody's talking in the background. John, Teresa.
Yeah, he just turned it off. He just muted it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is your first parole hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
Call out for the record how long you've served on this 34-year sentence.
20. 20
years on the 34-year sentence. And how old are you today?
51.
51. Okay. And I see that in 2007, you completed a sex offender treatment program. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You completed all phases.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me one or two things you learned.
I learned the high risk factors.
Okay. Anything else you learned?
Yeah. Not to be around kids in the playgrounds or at school.
Okay. Did you learn what is your risk factor?
Yeah, my risk factor.
What is yours?
Mine is not to be around kids, period.
Okay. I see you had the hypertension class in February of 19. So
Yes, ma'am.
You have high blood pressure?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a diabetic.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, you have to be careful. You have to take care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me why I should vote to let you out.
Well, I learned my lesson, and I learned to respect authority.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, when was your last write-up?
About 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, it was in 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was a 21C.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Anything you want to share?
Okay. Well, I can't read or write, and I'm letting somebody fill my conversation stuff out, and they were putting what they wanted on the conversation stuff, so I took them off. I quit letting them fill my conversation slip out, And then they said they're doing sexual favors for me. And that's to get back at me.
Wow. Yeah, because I see before that it was 2016. You hadn't had anything.
No, man.
Wow. So how are you now on your reading and writing?
Well, I can't. I was born this way. It's a disease I got.
What's the name of it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay,
ain't-
okay. You just have a hard time reading and writing.
Yes, ma'am. I can't read it right, period.
Okay, okay. If you are successful today, where would you live and how would you support yourself?
Well, I got a job at Goodwill where I used to work at in Lafayette. They want me back.
Did they send a
want me
letter?
back.
Did they send a letter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna live in Lafayette with my brother. They're supposed to be here on a video camera, but I don't think they fill it out in time.
Okay, okay. That you guys see any kind of documentation? I didn't see anything from Goodwill or a residence plan from your brother. Or I see a residence plan from your brother. Yeah, in Lafayette.
Well, I'm gonna be
Okay.
working with his wife.
Oh, she works at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
the supervisor there.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Goodwill's an awesome program. It really is.
Yeah,
Awesome
well,
program. Huh?
well, they cook food and they help the homeless people.
Okay, okay,
That's what I do.
okay, okay. Well, where are they today? Why are they here today? So where are your family today? Did they say anything about being at the hearing?
Yes. When I mailed the letter off to my sister,
Oh,
and she wanted to be at the hearing. I ain't got but one sister, two sisters, and one brother left. All my other family died off.
I'm sorry to hear that. And
Yes,
you don't have any children either, do you?
no kids.
No kids. All right, that's all I had, Chairman.
Mr. Jones,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Warden,
Yes, sir.
what can you tell us about that 21C in May of 2018?
I was just reading the report.
Okay,
Basically, sexual favors was exchanged for canteen items, coffee and cigarettes. Where offender Lewis gave coffee and cigarettes to another offender for sexual favor.
okay. And the evidence for that was testimony by another offender?
No,
They did an investigation. Oh.
they did an investigation, and offender Lewis admitted to it by giving a statement to security.
Okay. Thank you, Warden. What else can you tell us about Mr. Lewis?
He's been with us since about 2004. He's haven't really given us a whole lot of problems, really serious disciplinary problems. He does have a learning disability that kind of hurts him as far as getting his GED and getting into other programs, completing other programs. The only thing that really concerns me is the sex offense, honestly, and his history with juveniles.
All right. Thank you, Warden. Mr. Lewis, it concerns me too. And
Yes, sir.
You told us about how you learned your lesson.
Yes, I did.
And when was it you learned your lesson?
Well, about when I got through with the sex offender program,
Yeah,
I learned what I was doing was wrong.
right,
I was thinking wrong.
right.
I was making some bad decisions. I'm older now, and I feel I can make some wiser decisions with my life.
But the warden told us that you gave a statement admitting to the exchanging sexual favors for items back in 2018. That was long after you finished sex offender treatment.
But I was afraid they was gonna give me some more time. So I did what they told me to do.
All right, I don't have any more questions. You're muted, Mr. Kelsey.
Thank you. Would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, I feel I learned my lesson after doing all this time, and I can make wiser decisions. And I have a job waiting on me. I have a little family waiting on me. I ain't got but 2 sisters and a brother left, and I'm trying to get out there to my family.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, is the panel prepared to vote?
Yes, I just have one question to the warden before I render my decision. Warden, is there any way we can do some kind of basic reading with him? Are you thinking that that's not even plausible? That's what the education staff is saying. He can even get to the point of like a 3rd grade reading and writing.
Well, I was in.
Let's see here. He scored very low on the TABE test. He would have to start in the literacy program at a low level.
You're right. That's what I mean by the literacy program. Yes, that's what I couldn't think of the word, but that's what I was thinking of. But is that even feasible right now with COVID-19?
Right now, it's pretty difficult.
Okay.
We're not really allowed. We really can't mix the dormitories and come to class and stuff like that. So
Yes,
we just
sir. Yes.
have to do this with the offenders at a little higher level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Lewis, I just want to
Yes,
I want to commend you on the work that you've done.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a lengthy sentence. You have a 34-year sentence.
Yes,
This is your
ma'am.
first time before the parole board,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you made some good inroads. But however, I'm just a little concerned about the write-up and the
Yes,
statement that you made to us and versus the statement you made to staff. I don't know what you mean when you said I did what they told me to do, but I don't know I'm not sure what that means. But my vote is to deny today. I want you to just take more programs as the opportunity comes. As soon as you're eligible for a rehearing, right back. Make sure you stay out of trouble. Stay in contact with your siblings so that you can have a good residence and employment plan upon your release. But just hang in there. Just hang in there. That is my vote.
All right, Mr. Jones.
My vote is likewise to deny Mr. Lewis, and I'm sorry to cast the vote, frankly, because
Yeah.
I believe your heart's in the right place. I'm concerned about that write-up. It's hard for us to accept the explanation that you admitted to doing something wrong so that you wouldn't get in more trouble. And because that's about as much trouble. 21C is an awfully serious write-up. So my vote is likewise to deny. Good luck, Mr. Lewis.
All right, you have 2 votes to deny your parole. I agree with my colleagues. I'm going to vote to deny your parole today. You have 3 votes to deny. Your parole's been denied. Thank you.
Yeah. You have law enforcement and victim opposition.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Crazy to think that was 5 years ago. And fast forward 5 years, we're going to see him come up for another parole hearing, take another bite at the apple. It is crazy how time flies. I mean, just being reminded of the masks, it's like, oh my gosh, that was lifetimes ago. But, talking about lifetimes ago, before we jump in to the 2025 hearing, a few things off my chest, I just want to do that, he was given a 34-year sentence, and we'll go over the the write-ups, what they mean. He was given a 34-year sentence. And that's, whenever you hear that, you're like, wow, okay, problem solved. We don't need to worry about this person again. But time goes by, and all of a sudden, those 34 years are up. His good time date is in 2027. He's coming up for parole. And then whether they agree to release him or not, his good time date is 2027. He is only 62 years old. Is there anything that we saw in this hearing that makes you feel good about this man being released into the public when he's 64 years old? So this is the write-up. It's a 21 are always, if you ever hear 21, that means it's this kind of offense. And then there's the worst kind, which would be aggravated. A is non-consensual, B is abusive, and C is misconduct. He received a 21C. So it's the lesser of it. And I guess they figured it was consensual. He's, it's a transactional thing. I know some can make the argument and say, well, maybe it's not. There are some people that are coerced into it, or it's kind of like they're tricked into it. See, that's what I've heard. Like watching 23-1, my favorite prison channel to go to. He'll say stories where what happens is a newbie shows up, a young newbie, fresh off the streets, and then the older guys come and say, hey, man, we'll take care of you, and they give him commissary. And then a week later, they say, you got to pay me for the commissary. And the guy has no money. He has no one's putting money on his books. And then that's what payment is. So I don't know if that's what happened, or if it was more of a, sure, why not? Let's do that transaction. I think that kind of context is needed, right? You just never know. But anyways, let's go jump into the 2025 hearing and see how he does.
All right, we're ready for Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, good afternoon, sir. Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your DOC number.
Neil Lewis, 106647.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lewis. Let me just read some identifying information. You are classified as a 4th felony offender. You have several different convictions in St. Mary and St. Landry parishes. Simple burglary, unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling, and indecent behavior with a juvenile. And so you were currently serving a 34-year sentence. Your parole eligibility date was June 2nd of 2017, and you do have a good time date, which is November 20th of 2027. Is all that information correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So your case has been assigned to Mr. Barra. I'm just going to turn it over to him. Mr. Barra?
Mr. Lewis, you've had a very poor criminal record in criminal behavior. Looks like you've had 5 periods of supervision that none of them were completed successfully. So you and your parole officer never did get along. What would be different if we granted you parole this time? This would be your 6th chance to get on supervision.
Yes, sir.
What would be? Well, tell us why we should let you go, and what would be different when, sometimes they say 3 is a charm. I guess with you, 6 is a charm.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us why.
I'm older now and I can make better decisions. My mom passed away, so I had to grow up inside the institution and take more responsibility for my actions.
And that's what would be different?
Yes, sir.
Where do you plan on living if you were to be granted?
In Landry Parish,
Who?
my sister.
Have you ever lived with her before?
Yes, sir. She was my legal guardian.
All right. I see you had some burglary charges, 2 burglary charges, and unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling. You know, one lady woke up to you laying naked with her in the side of the bed. The indecent behavior charge, you drove your van and followed a girl around with a short skirt and fondled her. What do you have to say about those two things? That's kind of scary as far as, you know, being out there with that kind of charge and those kind of charges.
I was under the influence of alcohol and I wasn't thinking straight and I wasn't being responsible for what I was doing.
That's the excuse of why you did it. I see you did sex offender class while you've been in jail. What did you learn out of sex offender class?
To be more responsible for my actions and to think before I act.
Okay, looks like you did take some good programs. We do have, just need a note for the record that we do have some victim opposition to your being granted parole. We have a bunch of law enforcement opposition of you being granted parole. And I don't have any other questions.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I realize, you know, the law precludes you to come, you can't be before us if you've had a write-up within the last 3 years. I kind of like to look at the history of your write-ups and what was going on. Would the facility help me understand, has he been there since 21? Been here since 2000.
He actually got here in 2004, actually.
Okay, because, so sir, Mr. Lewis, what was going on in 21? You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You had 7 write-ups for contraband.
Cigarettes.
That's all cigarette.
That's me.
I also see 9 21s. We won't discuss that, but I do see 9 21s in your jacket. Law enforcement has written a letter expressing opposition to your release. Opelousas can be a rough place to live.
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't even laugh here with my brother.
Okay, I don't have any other questions. Martin Thompson, is there anything you can add?
No, ma'am, no comment.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think we're prepared to vote. Mr. Baccarat?
Mr. Lewis, looking at your record and your periods of supervision, I'm not sure that you're ready for supervision again. Today, I'm going to vote to deny your parole based on your criminal record that began in 1982, your multiple crimes that you've committed, and the multiple habitual offender convictions that you piled up. Your record's caught up with you.
This is Ledoux. Yes, my vote is to deny. I would like to make a statement. If the facility would maybe he needs a better transition plan, his residence plan and things like that. If y'all have any insight into halfway houses and stuff when he goes it out. No. Yeah, my vote today is also to deny. I don't think he's adequately prepared for reentry. And there's been opposition that's been expressed. So it's a unanimous vote that Mr. Lewis's parole is denied today. Good luck to you, Mr. Lewis. And Martin, thank you. That concludes our business. We're going to sign off. It's 1:21.
Thank you all as well.
So they denied, but this hearing shines, I think, a very obvious, very glaring light on the reality of the imperfections, the flaws, I think is a better word, of the system. And here's why. Like, he is getting out no matter what. In 2 years, he will be walking the street. And forget the aspect of there's going to be another victim and take it from the victim side, which, you know, is the approach I always take. And there's nothing they can do here, right? A judge sentenced him as an habitual offender. He didn't get a life sentence. He got, you know, 34 down. He didn't get out on 50%. He's serving his full term date, but he's going to be 64 years old after he serves his 34-year sentence. They are going to release him from prison with, I don't know what they give him, like $60 and whatever he has saved up, a bus ticket. You have to be naive to think that his family members are actually going to be there for him, that he's actually going to be able to live with them. And he's going to end up back in prison. He's going to end up dying because of the narcotics out there in the street. He's going to get his hands on something and he just has no tolerance to it. Or worst case scenario, he is going to create another victim. There is zero chance. There is zero likelihood. And I'm not for someone who likes to talk in absolutes, because when you talk in absolutes, you can always be wrong. But I don't think there's any casino in the world that, you know, I mean, I guess if the odds were 1,000 to 1 or something, that would say one of those three scenarios is not going to happen with him. He is not going to go out there and get a job and look like, that's just not, it's impossible. So this is just calling out the ugly of the system in Louisiana. You know, I guess you can give Connecticut some credit. Connecticut would have paroled to the baked-in infrastructure that is provided to all the inmates. By the way, we have seen inmates, when they get out after 34 years in prison, they will get a halfway house, they will get free bus passes, they will get food vouchers, they get free therapy, they get it handed to them, where literally they don't have an excuse. Now, they all make excuses, they all get in trouble, they don't care or value any of those things. We see in it time and time again. What Connecticut does seems good on paper, but it really doesn't work either. And I think we should be real. This guy, even if he had all those things, would I don't think would still be successful. But who knows? I mean, it'd be maybe a higher likelihood. But now it's for sure. It's failure. I mean, again, we just have to think, what is he going to do? Where is he going to take his bus? And that's why they mentioned, was it Miss Renatza or was it Miss, who said it? I don't know. I lost track already. To try to set him up with halfway houses, but we're not aware of halfway houses in Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana has a parole project, but the parole project was created bipartisanly, by the way, for very specific inmates. They passed new legislation which allowed inmates to get out of prison early, gives them parole eligibility, and then those prisons get funneled to the parole project and its funding. The parole project wouldn't take him because he doesn't fall under the Act 122 bucket. They don't get money for it, so of course they're not going to do it. I don't. So yeah, there it is. I should put a clock. I'll put a clock on my calendar because I plan on still be doing this, and I'm going to put it in for 2.5 years from now, and we'll see if he's in the news, and I'll give you an update. And if you don't believe, or if you're saying, "Oh man, look, if I'm still have the channel, all you guys have to do is look in the return of playlist, because we keep track of our inmates. We go back as many as 5 years. So there you have it. And what we're going to do now is watch one more hearing. And this hearing, I think, is a little bit on the lighter tone. It's about a man who killed his father something like 50 years ago over a hamburger. I'm not joking. And I did publish it before, but literally 3% of you, probably less, have seen it. It has 3,000 views. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Maybe half of those viewers aren't subscribers. So I would say about 1.5%, 2% of you have seen it. And sometimes YouTube will shadow ban, or if the algorithm does, it's not even shadow, if the algorithm doesn't go flying, it just shuts it down, it makes it disappear. And that's why y'all haven't seen it yet. So we're going to play one more time. And with that, let's jump in.
Mama dead because you didn't answer the phone. So what kind of man is you?
So he turned to his dad and said that his mama's dead because he didn't answer the phone.
Okay.
And we are about to watch the Louisiana parole hearing for a man who has spent the last 47 years in prison. It was 1979 when he killed his father. He shot him in the head with a shotgun blast. And it seems that the fight was over, I don't quite know. It seems that his father maybe ate his hamburger, and then his mother died in the hospital, and it's confusing, and the warden actually translates his heavy Cajun accent for us and the parole board, which is a first. Now, let's jump into this really insane Louisiana parole hearing.
Steve Chairman, 89200.
Okay, 89200. Okay, very good. I'm going to read in for the record the rest of your pertinent information. Okay, your name is Mr. Steve Samony. Your DOC number is 89200. Let's see here. Your first class offender, your parole eligibility date is 3/19/2018. You don't have any good time. Your full term date is life. You were sentenced to life, and that you were sentenced on 4/20/1979 for second degree murder, and your sentence was life. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will you please tell us what put you in prison, what was the crime, and why should we release you early?
Killed my father. Shot him in the neck one night because he disrespected me. He left me at a business place where we did something to eat. He ate my hamburger and he left he has spaghetti and meatball for me. He knows that I don't like spaghetti or meatball. And he went home.
I'm having a hard time hearing him.
Yes, I am too. We're having a hard time understanding you well.
Can you speak louder?
Can you speak louder?
Yeah.
Start over, because I didn't catch anything from the beginning.
My name is Steve Samony.
Okay. We got,
89200.
okay. So what puts you in prison today?
I shot and killed my father
And why did you do that?
because he left me at a business place. He disrespected me and killed me.
All right, let me repeat that a little bit. He disrespected you in what way?
You don't leave your son at a business place and make him walk home. I mean, I know it's no reason to kill him, but
Can't understand what he's saying.
He said that he made him walk home from a business place. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
and wasn't it that there was a hamburger bought? Is that what
he ate my hamburger.
he ate your hamburger and then he made you walk home from the business place? And then what happened?
I got home that night. The phone was ringing because they called him from the business place to come pick me up. He just left the phone ringing. My mother was in the hospital. And I said, Dad, how come you didn't answer the phone? Because I know you called. How can I be calling? I'm right here. He's supposed to pull the tricks. No, I ain't pulling the tricks.
Hang on 1 minute. Warden, can you repeat what he said? We're really having a hard time understanding it.
So when he got home, he asked his father why he hadn't been answering the phone, because you were trying to call the house.
Yeah.
Because your mother was in the hospital.
Right.
And so you got home and you asked your father why, he wasn't answering the phone. And he told you that you were playing tricks on him or something of that nature.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
as far as we've gotten.
Okay, what happened next? And the warden can repeat it for us. What happened next?
He said, I didn't answer the phone because I know that you called.
He didn't answer his dad told him that he didn't answer the phone because he knew that talking about Mr. Salmon, that was calling. So that's why he didn't answer, because he knew his son was calling.
Okay,
And I picked up the phone. And I said, hello? Yes, this is the Sammy right there. What happened to my mama? She died. When did she die? 45 minutes ago?
So he picked up the phone while he was at the residence.
Yeah.
With your father present, right? And he didn't disclose who was on the other line, but he said, hello, and they were disclosing to him, whoever was on the other line, that his mother had passed away about 45 minutes ago.
okay.
And I hung up the phone. I looked at my dad. See, Mama's dead because you didn't answer the phone. I said, what kind of man is you?
So he turned to his dad and said that his mama's dead because he didn't answer the phone.
Okay,
Oh, what kind of man are you? Is what he asked his father.
okay,
He stepped up to put his hand in my chest. Some man, let's go over your head. And I said, no, you ain't. Took his hand, I brushed it off. So look, I brushed with my right. And we struggled for a little bit. And then I walked away.
So he had a little physical altercation with his father, is what he was describing, about the hand movements and stuff. And then he said he walked away.
okay,
Came back that night. I went to the gun rack. A 16 gauge shotgun. Opened up the gun where the bullets are covered. And a 20 gauge shotgun shell. A 20 gauge shotgun shell will not shoot a 16 gauge shotgun. According to people, according to records. Well, I put the shell in the gun. And he went and laid down. And I walked up in the bedroom. And I pointed the gun at his face. And I said, no, I better not pull the trigger. My dad's big. If I hit him in the chin, I'm just gonna knock it off. He will get up and whoop my. So I walked around the bed, pointed at his jugular, like should beat. And he turned his head a little bit, and I pulled the trigger. That's 1 second I wish I could take off now.
So I'm not sure what all you heard, but later that night, after the altercation, he went to the gun rack that was located in the house, loaded a 16 gauge shotgun with 20 gauge rounds, went into his father's room while he was laying down, walked around the side of the bed, aimed the shotgun at his jugular, and pulled the trigger.
okay. Then what happened next?
Blood hit the ceiling. Blood hit the ceiling. Coming out of a 4 foot, 3 foot day stop, he was dead, because I broke his jugular vein in his ankle. there was no harm. You know, he was dead. You
Mhm.
know, I just was looking for his wallet. Wanted to get some money. I found the court date. I never found the wallet, you know. Mama never found it either.
What did you say?
You know, after you asked what happened next, he said there was blood on the ceiling. I think he reached to check his pulse,
Yeah.
knew he was dead, and then reached for his wallet, but he couldn't find it, right? He couldn't find his wallet. And then the last thing he said was that neither did his mother find his wallet.
But what did you call the police? How did somebody find his body? Or did you leave and go somewhere and then somebody came and found his body? How did that happen?
Yeah, I left the house and I just went to the ballroom and I stayed in the ballroom about 5 hours. They closed it like 2 in the morning, you know, so I got in the car, I just drove around a few hours. And I went back to the house, took the money, couldn't find nothing. I mean, I knew where my mother kept her silver dimes at. I knew it was $400-500. And I opened up.
So let me stop you. So he left the residence, went to a bar room for approximately 5 hours, and then drove around afterwards and went back to the residence, and now he's describing looking for some of his mother's belongings.
Yeah. And I knew it kept her silver dimes there. She worked at a restaurant and she saved all the silver dimes for my $500. And I opened up the box I knew it was in, there was nothing in the box. 35 cents. 3 silver dimes.
He was looking for his mother's silver dimes. She had approximately $500 worth. What he said, but when he opened the box, they weren't there, and there was only 35 cents.
Yeah.
In the box. That's where we're at.
Okay. Well, that brings us how the murder occurred. And then you got arrested. And then you were sentenced to life in prison.
40-year life.
Pardon?
40-year life. Judge said
Oh.
40.
He's saying a 40-year lifer. I think he's referring to the possibly the act under which he was sentenced. Why he's eligible for parole, I think during that year or that time frame.
Oh, I see. Okay. After he served, what is it? Is it after he served 40 years? Is that what it is? Okay, let's see. Does either of my colleagues have any questions?
Well, I have the lead on the case and I'll just make some notes and then be prepared to vote. Mr. Samony has no programming to speak of since he has been incarcerated. He has had 234 disciplinary write-ups that I can see. Of course, the last one being in 2018. So those two issues right there are enough for me to be prepared to vote at the appropriate time.
Okay. Jabara?
Why haven't you completed any programs while you're incarcerated?
I think they finished substance abuse. I finished 5 or 6 of the course.
He said he finished substance abuse and 4 or 5 other courses. But as long as he's been incarcerated, those could have been taken many, many years ago prior to them being reflected as CTRP courses.
So you're seeing the same thing I see, no classes, right?
Yes, sir.
I went
How
to
long ago
school-
did you take them classes, Mr. Samani?
I supposed to get out 2000.
All right,
You know? But I
no more
quit.
questions.
All right, Mr. Samani, heard your statement. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say? Because we're fixing to vote. We're prepared to vote.
Yeah. I'm tired of being locked up. Really tired. I did 47 years of a 40-year life sentence.
Okay,
40 years is up.
He's tired of being locked up. He's served 47 years of a 40-year life sentence,
And I just want to go.
and he just wants to go home.
okay.
And he was going to resign. They'll send me back. They'll send me back tomorrow.
Even if you, being the board, denies him, you will still be sending him back home. Is that correct?
Because being locked up so long, I'm really scared of the streets. Because
Being locked up so long, he's really scared of the streets.
everything has changed out there. But give me a chance to find out if I can make it, please.
But give him a chance to see if he can make it out there, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, Ms. Ledoux, is your case. You vote first, ma'am.
My vote is to deny parole based on institutional conduct and lack of significant programming. He was pled down, and so my vote is to deny.
Okay, Mr. Barra.
And if we wanted to grant you parole today, you have not completed the required programs that you need to be granted parole. So you're going to need to look into that if you ever want to get another shot at being released. But today I vote with Ms. Ledoux that deny parole based on insufficient programming.
Okay, and today, I concur with Ms. Ledoux also, institutional conduct and lack of programming. So today, sir, your parole has been denied, and that ends our business today. And it is 1:48.
I wish they had kept the camera on just to see his face, to see how he reacted. Like, did he actually think he had a chance at parole? Does he even want parole? I mean, it's, to think about this. It was an interesting sentencing structure, right? They said 40 years to life. That's what he received. He was parole eligible in 2018, but which meant he could have applied in 2018. He waits instead 7 years after that to apply for parole, shows up, and I mean, I think this is the definition of being institutionalized. I talk about these parole hearings should be played in the PhD programs for anyone who's curious about law and incarceration, and those who want to say they want incarceration reform. It's like, you can read all you want, you can look at statistics and data, but you gotta see these hearings, actually understand what we're working with here. This man can't ever be free. Is he dangerous to anyone? I mean, I don't even know if he can walk, but like, what is, or how old he is, but I can't even recall. I mean, obviously he might, but that's not the point. The point is he wouldn't succeed. And some of you might be saying, well, where's a parole project for this guy? And the thing is, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess he would have qualified under Act 122. But I don't know. It's different. I'm not sure, because I don't know. Maybe they would have mentioned it, but he was parole eligible back in 2018. But it's scary. The way that he talks about the incident, the way that it's like he talks about and I don't know if he was trying to claim that that he didn't know the shotgun would go off because he had the wrong gauge in it. If that's the direction he was going, I'm not quite sure. And maybe he's saying it was a mistake. He didn't think it would go off. He was trying to scare his father. His father ate his hamburger. He was walking back. And mother's in the hospital. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it was interesting having the warden translate for us. And he was looking. I'm looking at notes. Thank you, Annan, for recommending that we watch this hearing. And saying, Mandoo, this one you should check out. And he has some notes on it. And apparently also when he shot his father in the jugular, then the way he talks about the blood on the ceiling, right? It was just so bizarre, right? The parole board asked him what happened next. And he said, well, there was blood on the ceiling. Just like as a matter of fact, that's what happened next. Maybe he's an IQ thing. I don't know. It's so weird. And then he went to go look for his mother's silver dimes that was supposed to be like $500, but it was just 35 cents. And I feel like that is kind of the perfect ending for this type of insanity. A family wiped out in one day. His mother, I assume by natural causes, the hospital. He then kills his father. And he goes to prison. And I don't know if theft was some motive. He was going to take the money and run, and it's just 35 cents there. It's kind of like that is the ending you would expect. Then he goes into prison and gets 234 write-ups, which we may have seen a couple where people had more. But this is definitely, I think, the top 3 probably that we've seen show up to parole. And he would never have gotten parole, even if they want to give him parole. There are rules. You need to do the 100-hour pre-release. So, he'll just die in prison. These are the kind of folks that will definitely. I don't see how he. What else is there to say? When he only has a 5-digit DOC number, whenever you see the 5-digit DOC number versus 6-digit, you know that you're dealing with an old timer. 89200. What kind of life is that? 47 years locked up. And with that, I'll let you go.
He went to the gun rack that was located in the house, loaded a 16-gauge shotgun with 20-gauge rounds, went into his father's room while he was laying down, walked around the side of the bed, aimed the shotgun at his jugular, and pulled the trigger.
Okay. Then what happened next?
Blood hit the ceiling. Blood hit the ceiling. Coming out of a 4-foot, 3-foot day shot, He was dead, because probably digital vein in his ankle. There was no heart. He was dead.